I'm very interested in family research. I find it very, very interesting. I went over to Ireland because a lot of my history goes back to Ireland, and did a bit of research there. A lot of stuff's online now, like the newspaper journals and things like that. But I kind of keep hitting the same brick wall. So I sort of come along to get some advice about any other options that I could take, and I've got a session with an expert, so hopefully will get me some more information. But I think it's going to be another trip over to Ireland because yes, my great-great-grandfather was sent to Tasmania as a convict for stealing 17 bottles of whisky. He was only 16 years old. The main issue comes from differences in ages. So we've traced his history in Tasmania, but his death certificate is a different age, and his birth, it doesn't all match up. And there was actually a Jeremiah Keogh trialed and sent as a convict for 3 years in a row in Dublin during those times, and it's hard to know exactly which one it was, and there's no mention of parents' names or anything like that. So there was a letter found in a very random file in Ireland that I found by chance, and it said, and it was a letter from a lawyer on behalf of his mother, but it never mentioned her name. It said that she was a widow, that she had 12 children, that he couldn't see properly, didn't have use of one of his legs. However, none of that information about him and his history in Tasmania was ever mentioned, that he had no use of one of his legs or anything. But from speaking to genealogists, they've said that they used to change the details of these kind of letters in hope that they wouldn't send the children away. But in saying that, he didn't serve time at Port Arthur, which means that he was actually working on a farm as a convict, so he actually had a nicer history, and then he was set free after 7 years, and probably escaped a lot of bad times and famine in Ireland itself. So yeah, it's quite lucky in that respect, but it'd just be great to go back a little bit further.
I'm quite certain that she was a widow, that she was living in Slorgan, and that Jeremiah he's a son who's old enough to be a contributing member to the household.